What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. I just want to come down here and, get some shit off my chest, okay? It's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and so I just want to come down here and talk about it. First, we got to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I see that Kyle got all her flunkies in order. She got all her flunkies in order. It seems like all of the girls are now going to come after Dorit. And from what I see in the trailer, everybody is mad at Dorit about how she's handling Kyle, but there is no way that these girls can convince me that they don't think that Kyle has malicious intent. Kyle doesn't have a storyline, and Kyle is using Dorit and PK's relationship as her storyline. And what is so nasty about it is that she and Mauricio are trying to give PK a platform so he can bash Dorit. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Who is Kyle that she gets to have an opinion about my divorce and how I go about my divorce from my husband? You wasn't in my fucking marriage. You wasn't in my marriage. Okay? And so, to me, and the thing for me, it seems like that, Kyle couldn't beat Dorit, so now she got Erica doing her dirty work. And Erica would do anything to stay on the show. Again, Erica is calling out Kyle in the confessionals, but I've never seen Erica call Kyle out face to face. Even when the season was Garcelle already on the season? That season, it was a season before I believe Garcelle came on, and it was when after Lisa Rinna had dressed up as Erica Jane, and she was trying to act like Erica Jane when she was interacting with Kim. Kyle had an issue with it, and Kyle was trying to get Erica Jane to go at Lisa Rinna. She was trying to puppeteer them to go against each other, and she was trying to say that Erica Jane really had no friends. And Erica Jane didn't give us Erica Blanco when she came at Kyle, and it makes me believe that lets me, it makes me believe that Kyle really does have a hand in the show and what goes on at the show, because I still think that Crystal Minkoff should still be on the show. No matter how you feel about Crystal, Crystal gave lifestyle, baby, and that's what we need on Beverly Hills. And it's the fact that Erica Jane cowers down the Kyle for me makes me sick to my stomach, because Kyle ain't that girl like that. Every time she gets into it with Erica Jane, she's always crying. And it's just so crazy to see Erica Jane now all of a sudden going against Dorit, and then Sutton, the audacity to say that she watched her treat her friends like shit all summer.
The nerve of this bitch.
And we seen you treat your friends like shit. We seen you do it to Garcelle. We seen you do it to Jennifer Tilly. And we seen you do it to Dorit. So it's just crazy to me, okay? I see that Nikki Hilton is going to make an appearance on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I remember when Nikki Hilton was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy, she said that when she learned that her mother was going to be on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, that she actually cried. So it's interesting to see her on the show. I wonder in what capacity she's going to be on the show. We only saw her take a picture with Kathy. It seems like they had a event at Kathy's home that Nikki showed up to. So of course, she's not going to be a friend for the show or anything like that, but it'll just be nice to see her on camera. And hopefully Paris will be there too, okay? Bose is getting engaged to Keely. Nobody cares.
I don't give a fuck.
I do not care. But Amanda is still going to be on the show. So I seen part of an interview that Andy did, and he said that he doesn't know what everyone comes from, that Amanda did not quit the show, and she's basically going to be on the show next year, and she's good TV. She does give me good TV. She doesn't give me a girl that's going to cower down, which is, interesting how she took this position with Dorit, but I think it was because Dorit is a heavy hitter, okay? And it seems like her and Bose are feuding, so we'll see what's going on with that. Again, I'm very interested in seeing, I seen the clip of an interview that she did. I didn't really watch it. I just read the headline, so I'll probably talk about it once I go and watch the interview that she did. But I remember Tilly saying that she was surprised that Bose is acting like she doesn't know what Amanda does for a living, because they do the same thing. And they do the same thing. And so I am shocked too, but I feel like Bose is trying to take shots at Amanda because she can only be the only girl on the show that scams. Right? And I don't want y'all to be so... I feel like because Bose is black that we have... Bose do give me scammer vibes. I know that she's accomplished, but she has quit a lot of jobs and she has a resume, but it does something about her to me does give scammer vibes. And to me, I feel like her and Amanda are cut from the same cloth.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
And I don't care how y'all feel about it. I do. Okay? But, I feel like all of the girls are now trying to take down Dorit, and I don't like it.
I don't like this at all.
I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? She is that girl, and y'all just have to admit it. Kathy got her flunkies in line, and now it seems the girls are going after Dorit. Now, it's very interesting to me to see what position Bose is going to take, because for me, I can't take Bose up here telling Dorit every minute, I don't think that Kyle is doing this girl, you don't know her like that. She is. She is. And it's interesting to seeing what Rachel said too, because she said that Dorit ended up buying the whole store. Dorit, it seems like Dorit, maybe you got money problems, girl. Every time this camera come on, you ain't got to buy nothing, girl. And that's just me. To me, I would, if I was Dorit and I was going through money problems, I would leave the show. I mean, not leave the show. I wouldn't leave the show, but I would leave that home. That is her biggest expense. I would leave that home. I would go and get a 2-bedroom apartment. Phoenix and Jagger could share rooms. Or we could give Jagger and go get me a 2-bedroom apartment. I'll sleep in the living room. But girl, I'm going to be up and I'm going to try to go and get me somebody else. Dorit can get somebody else. PK, he probably can't get nobody else unless he got money. But I will get out of the position that I'm in if I'm going to be working. You would never see me on this show looking broke like that. I think that she needs to get rid of that house. That is a big house for her to be paying for by herself. And it's okay. You're going through a divorce, you need 3 sides. But to keep trying to front like you just got this money and you just still living this lifestyle, mama, I think that's a horrible mistake.
You cannot do that.
It's a horrible mistake. It's time to regroup and level up, okay? So that was the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Then we got this thing over here with Jill Zarin and what she said about the Bad Bunny performance at the Super Bowl. Okay, so from what I understand, she got fired. They was going to do a reboot of the Real Housewives of New York, and it was going to be on E. I forgot the name that they said it was, and she ended up getting fired, okay? And she apologized and said that she misspoke, and she took it down really, really quick. Girl, you meant exactly what the fuck you said. Jill meant exactly what she said. Nobody mistook. You didn't mistake what you said. We didn't mistake what you said. You said exactly what you wanted to say. Okay? Do I think that she should be fired for it? No, I think that she should be allowed to say whatever she wants to say, but I'm not the boss. And if they said that, they gave you your walking papers, then they gave you your walking papers. You should have kept your fucking mouth shut.
You should have kept your fucking mouth shut.
I believe that when you're in the spotlight, you are supposed to move and behave in a certain way. But she thought that most people were going to agree with her, and they didn't, and she changed her tune. And I see people do it all the time. I see people do it on YouTube. For example, the week before last, when Karen's did her one-on-one with Andy, I seen a particular content creator. They had set up a time to where they was going to go live, and by the title of their video, it seemed as if they were going to be in support of Karen and saying that Karen accepted responsibility for what happened, or accountability for what happened with the drinking and driving and her landing herself in jail.
Oh God, I don't know that.
Well, I guess they ended up seeing what the masses thought about Karen's interview and that she was full of shit, and she changed her tune, but because the time that she was getting ready to go live again, the title of the video changed to where she was questioning Candiace, should I say, right? And she did that to pander to the audience, and that's the thing with me that I'm never going to do. If I feel a way about something, that's the only thing that I can express to you. I can only come down here and tell you my truth and be real with you about how I feel. It may not be right, but it is me being real, and it's me being genuine and telling you what I think. I may not be right all the time. I'm not going to come down here and lie about nothing that I've seen, right? But I can only tell you how I felt about it, okay? Then we see Candiace on Traitors. Candiace is making her rounds on Traitors because she just got eliminated from Traitors. so hurt about it. Okay. But Candiace did an interview with Rob C. Shout out to Rob C. I don't know the name of the podcast. I just know it's him and Pooya. And she said that she has some questions for Rob at the reunion and she's going to cuss Rob out. Rob R to be exact. Okay. She basically said that she questions whether he told Colton that she was a traitor or not. And there has been a lot of speculation about whether Rob told Colton that he was a traitor or not. And I'm here to let you know 100% that Rob told Colton that he was a traitor.
No. Oh yes. No. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay. I saw an interview that Colton did. Colton said that he was proud in the way that he played. Okay. And the interviewer, it was with Parade. And so, you know, Colton is gay and he's a white gay. So they're going to go up for anything that he does or anything that he says. And they were saying that, you know, he got Donna out the house. He got kind of like he shot out the cannon and he thought that Donna was a traitor. And he was right. First of all, that was wrong. Okay. He was not the first person that called out Donna. The first person who called out Donna was Natalie and Candiace. They was the first two who called Donna out and they voted for Donna the first night in the castle. They voted for her the first night. Colton voted for Portia the first night. Those are facts. Now, the second night, he voted for Donna, but that was after Candiace and Natalie already laid the groundwork. And it just goes to show that women can do something and lay the groundwork for something, and a man can just come and steal it. Now, one time, his Colton said, well, actually, I thought that she was a traitor because Candiace and Natalie made great arguments about her being a traitor. And I took that into account. He's accepting responsibility for it. But we actually saw it go down. He was not this hot firecracker that was just right on Donna. No, it was actually Candiace and Natalie. And what they said actually made sense. I knew looking at the show that Donna was going to be a traitor. It would make no sense for her to be there unless she wanted to be a traitor. And I think that, you know, being at who her sons is and who one of her sons is engaged to made a call. And of course, we're going to accept Donna Kelsey, the mother-in-law to Taylor Swift. Of course, she could be on the show. Okay. In regards to Lisa and Rob telling Colton let it be known that Rob knew that he was going to make an ultimatum to Lisa, which explains why he was so confident that he knew that she was a traitor. Because when she tried to say, I'm not a traitor, he was like, look, I'm not going to blow up your spot. He knew that she was a traitor because Rob told him.
Yes, baby.
Rob told him. He said that he talked to Rob about it before. And he said that he was going to buddy up with her and Rob and hope that he could get recruited. So the plan was to talk to Lisa, get him recruited, and they was going to get Candiace out of the turret and going to bring him in there. That's what him and Rob talked about. But since Lisa wasn't playing the game, they ended up getting rid of Lisa. You see what I'm saying? They ended up getting rid of Lisa. And I don't know what would have happened if he had stayed in the house, but I thought that Candiace did great by getting rid of Colton. I don't want the bitch in the house. And he's definitely not coming to the turret. Now, Candiace said if she had any regrets, she would have brought Kristen into the turret. And I'm just being honest with you. I can just tell you how I feel. I thought that before episode 8 aired, that Kristen would have been a good player to bring it to the turret. But when she said that Rob is just this sweet, sweet man and there's no way that he could be a traitor, throw the whole bitch away.
Get that bitch out of here.
Throw the whole bitch away. I don't trust her at all. At all, baby. She would have turned on you in a New York minute. Okay? But Candiace is thinking that she's going to question Rob and Colton. You can question them all you want, but there's no way they're going to admit to you that Rob told Colton that he was a traitor. They're never going to admit that. You just have to put two and two together and live with that. I'm okay with living with that because they're not going to agree or confirm that Rob told Colton that he was a that he was a traitor and you was a traitor and Lisa was a traitor. They're not going to confirm that. So I don't know what Candiace is expecting to receive from them, but they're never going to do that. Okay? Then we had Alan. Alan was on Watch What Happens Live, and when I tell you what they're doing is making me sick to my stomach. Alan made a joke with Andy that somebody in the audience asked Alan who was the best and worst traders of all time. And he said that the best trader of all time was his boyfriend, RHOBH.
That is some bullshit.
And I just think that, it makes me sick to my stomach because, first of all, RHOBH is a straight man. And, we can joke like that, but, he works for you now. He's on your show, so to be calling him your boy, to me, I feel like that's some type of sexual harassment. And I think that he's also too young for you to even be joking and playing with RHOBH like that. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Even I felt the same way when Andy was doing it to Sharice's son about how he was hot and asking him about what he doing to the bedroom. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are supposed to be elders of the gay community. And I'm assuming that Alan is gay. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that Alan is gay. If he's saying that RHOBH is his boyfriend, he gotta be gay.
That's sis. That's sis.
But I'm just, y'all are supposed to be elders in the community, and it's giving predatory vibes. I don't like it. To me, I don't agree just because somebody is over 18. That man is too young for you. He's in his early 20s. Alan gotta be in his late 50s or early 60s. You're out of line. He's out of line. Okay? But when he said the worst traders, he couldn't even remember Danielle's name. He was talking about Danielle from last season. Now, that was the first season that I've watched Traitors was Danielle. He couldn't even remember Danielle's name. You thought that Danielle was the worst trader of all time? When Boston Rob, as soon as he got into the turret, he called out Bob the drag queen? Danielle damn near made it to the fire pit. And she's the worst trader of all time? Now, was her acting horrible? Yes, she was. Her acting was horrible. But I definitely don't think just from the 2 seasons that I watched that she was the worst trader of all time. I have an argument that Lisa Rinna could have been one of the worst traders of all time.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
I like Lisa Rinna, and I was happy that she was a trader. I knew that she was going to be a trader coming into the house. But as far as gameplay, I don't think that Lisa Rinna did any. I don't think that she did anything good as far as gameplay. Right? She didn't have any conversations with Candiace about getting Rob out of there after he voted for her. She didn't even fight Rob back when he said her name at the table. You still over here going at Natalie. No, baby, if a traitor comes at me, it's going to be a traitor versus traitor at this table. And when they air this footage, they're going to have to edit it out because if Rob beats me in the argument, baby, when I get up there and say my speech before I walk out the door, I'm blowing this shit up. What look him say? Blow up spots on bitches because I'm mad. Yes, baby. We're going to blow it up. So I'm going to make an argument that Lisa was one of the worst traders of all time, but Danielle, baby, we're not going to give her one of the worst traders of all time. But as far as the best trader, he said that it would have to be Rob. Rob? Now, I will admit that Rob is playing a great game. He is playing a great game. And I just feel like that we haven't even seen Rob complete the game yet to say that he was one of the best traders of all time. And from what I see, or what I've seen online, they said that Siri, I believe her name is Siri, a black woman, first season. The general consensus online was that she was the best trader that ever fucking lived. So the fact that we're calling out Rob is just, to me, just platform and mediocrity. It is. To me, that's just what I feel, okay? But y'all, that's all I got right now. I'm going to have to start doing more videos and stuff like this where I just come on and just run my mouth and just get some shit up off my chest. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay? Do y'all think that Colton was told who the traders were by Rob? Okay? And who do y'all think is the best traders and worst traders of all time? That's all I got to say right now, you guys. Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. Please like the video. Please hype the video up if you can. Please subscribe. Please share the video. All that good stuff. All right? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. Y'all, I really appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.